Well, he is Kayode Ogundamisi, and he's also a social commentator. Mr. Ogundamisi, many thanks to you indeed for your time with us here on CBC News R. Now, what's your take, first of all, on the defections being witnessed, mass defections actually being witnessed in Nigeria presently from the former ruling People's Democratic Party to the All Progressives Congress now?
Thanks for having me. I think it's not new in the political dispensation. You know, politics in Nigeria is the winner takes all, and the losers will have to scamper for the remnants that they find. So it's not surprising that people are leaving, jumping ship from the PDP to the new ruling party, the APC. First, let us recognize that there is freedom of association. Nigerians have the right to join any political party they want. But it behoves on the APC to stick to its original agenda, in which they told Nigeria that they're going to be a different political party. They are going to fight corruption. They are not going to be biased. People who join their parties or members of their parties are not going to be covered by immunity of being corrupt and then letting go scot-free. So if people are jumping from PDP to APC and they discover that an APC government is not going to spare even members of the APC, then they will find their way back to where they belong. We shouldn't stop people from associating freely with associations they want to join, but it is important that the rule of law must take place even within the new APC, which is the new ruling party in the country.
Yeah, and the results are out now of all elections, at least most of them. And, you know, when you look through, the APC got the upper hand, tables turning, no doubt. How would you analyze, you know, the general outcome? We're talking about the results now, you know, how the APC has come to be where they are now.
I think it reflects the will of Nigerians. Nigerians were tired of 16 years of the PDP. And the APC should not go into the market and start thinking they did this on their own. This is a reflection of the change that is desired by the people of Nigeria. And APC just happens to be the opposition party that tapped on the voice of the people. If, say, Labour Party or any other party had worked at like ABGA and they found themselves in a leading position to unite all the other political parties, they would have also swept the PDP away. Anything but the PDP was what Nigerians wanted at during the national elections. It just reflects the general frustration of Nigerians as it relates to insecurity in the northern part of the country and, of course, in other parts of the country, as it relates to the state of our economy, where we call ourselves the biggest or largest economy in Africa, yet we produce the largest number of unemployed people, the largest number of hungry people, the largest number of young children out of school in the world. So it's a reflection of the will of the people. And I hope the new party, the new ruling political party, will not take the wish of the people for granted, that they will do things right. And I cannot harp on that well enough, that there's the need for change. The change that Nigerians desire is not a sort of mirage. It's real change, where the leaders, the new leaders will live an exemplary life and will enforce the laws of the land.
All right, Kayode, two of the main problems in Nigeria would be corruption and, of course, terrorism, bearing in mind that more than 200 Chibok schoolgirls are still missing. And now the president-elect has promised to tackle these issues. How optimistic are you that he will indeed back his words with action?
Well, I think two things here. The first one is that from his experience as a former military head of state, a retired army general, and someone who has served our country both as an infantryman and on the top echelon of our armed forces, he has no excuse at all, unlike the former chief, the outgoing commander-in-chief. General Buhari has got no excuse at all to tell us he would not fight insecurity in the country. He's got his workload cut for him, because in the last days of the Jonathan administration, they got in more weapons. They seems to have contained Boko Haram to Sambisa Forest, and General Buhari will now have to improve on that. So I'm quite confident that he is going to be able to tackle the issue of insecurity as it relates to the northern part of the country. We should not forget that insecurity might actually emerge in the South-South region, especially in the Niger Delta. How General Buhari is going to deal with that, either engaging with the people and being proactive, is something I cannot comment on. Now, people in the militants in the Niger Delta, they've not started blowing up gas pipelines. So it's the true test of leadership for General Buhari will be how to engage dissatisfied Nigerians from that part of the country, so that we will not have another Boko Haram coming from the South-South region. On corruption, of course, corruption is huge, it's monumental, it's one of the main monsters facing the country. And again, General Buhari has got the track record of being very intolerant with corruption. And it is that intolerance that we hope is going to continue under his government. He's made one statement that is quite worrying for people like us, where he said we have to forget the past and start tackling new cases of corruption. I completely disagree with that. The reasons Nigerians voted General Buhari into power is to hold people accountable. And mind you, trillions of dollars have been stolen from our country, and Nigerians expect himself and his party to recover those funds. And he has no excuse, because they can now control the Senate, which is the upper house, they control the lower house, the House of Reps, and they have almost 85% of the governors behind them. And they've got the presidency. So we expect to see that change in earnest.
Kayode Ogundamisi, thank you so much for your time with us here on CVC News Hour.